Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. So Canada and the Freedom Trucker Convoy. Once again, what we are seeing with this is the media, the fake stream media, trying to portray it negatively. The politicians, the puppet tyrants trying to portray it negatively. And as has been noticed, they have their antagonizers in there to try and cause trouble. So they can then use it against the truckers in the media to paint them in a bad light in order to turn the public against them. People who are standing up for the freedom of everyone. Here we see today, talk of the military. Freedom Convoy, no plans to call in military, says Trudeau. Canada's Prime Minister has said sending in troops to clear protesters from the nation's capital is not on the cards right now. So this is in some way like a veiled threat. Oh, we're not bringing in the military yet. That's a threat. It's an empty threat, in my opinion. Like I've said, these puppet tyrants, these organizations, they like to provoke. They like to wind up people so that they get a reaction, which they can then react to themselves. They don't like to start it. They don't like to get the bad karma back. And sometimes when they don't get the reaction they want, they then try to falsify a reaction, create it themselves dishonestly, and it's something to watch out for and to be aware of. I kind of put this video out really because I just wanted to showcase this compilation video someone sent me, which really highlights the rhetoric of these puppet tyrants like Trudeau, the image that him and the fake stream media would like to portray of these truckers and protesters, and how it is the complete opposite of the reality of what is actually happening. There's a huge contrast between what they are saying and what is actually there. It's like lightness and darkness. Here's the clip.
Over the past few days, Canadians were shocked and frankly disgusted by the behavior displayed by some people protesting in our nation's capital. Hate can never be the answer. I want to be very clear. We are not intimidated by those who hurl insults and abuse at small business workers and steal food from the homeless. We won't give in to those who fly racist flags. We won't cave to those who engage in vandalism or dishonor the memory of our veterans. Tous les Canadiens ont le droit d'exprimer leur opinion ou leur désaccord avec leur gouvernement, mais ils n'ont pas le droit de menacer ou de harceler leurs concitoyens, ni de propager des messages de haine. There is no place in our country for threats, violence, or hatred. So to those responsible for this behavior, it needs to stop. To anyone who joined the convoy but is rightly uncomfortable with the symbols of hatred and division on display, join with your fellow Canadians. Be courageous and speak out. Do not stand for or with intolerance and hate. And to Canadians at home, watching in disgust and disbelief at this behavior, wondering how this could have happened in our nation's capital after everything we've been through, the behavior on display this weekend does not represent you. Hateful rhetoric, abuse towards their fellow citizens, there is always a right to protest peacefully that I and others will defend fully as part of this democracy. There is not a right to incite violence, perform acts of violence, or to spew hatred. And I think anyone who is part of this group who is disgusted by what their folks protesting alongside are doing needs to step up and take responsibility, condemn these actions, and look for other ways to express their displeasure. Aux expressions de haine et d'intolérance qu'on a vues parmi ces manifestants, je veux remercier